Ubisoft still can't get it through their thick skulls that Star Wars Outlaws is nothing but a disgusting, desperate failure.
I called this, said it would happen. Sure enough, it did. Star Wars Outlaws now $39.99, which is a psychological price. It's $40, but you take the penny off and you sell it for $39.99. It looks cheaper. That's not
Yeah,
just for this game.
that's actually true. That's pretty much for everything. You have these magical numbers 50, 25, 75, and 99. Even though nowadays everyone pretty much uses 99.
Everybody does that. But that's kind of a way to make you think it's actually a little bit cheaper. And it works, actually. It's proven to work. That's why everybody does it. Just makes it look a little bit cheaper. So $40, Star Wars Outlaws.
You know why it works? Because you don't want to say $40 because it feels wrong, because you know that the $39.99 is not $40. So a lot of people don't want to say it and say it's $30 instead. That's why it works.
I mean, just more evidence that this game is a complete dud, because if it was doing that well, it wouldn't be $40 right now. It's a game that cost $70 originally. And
Even more if you wanted to play it early, but thankfully no one did because it's shit.
yeah, they're not going to make their money back on this game. They did put it on Steam. I covered this a little.
It was a disaster!
It was a pretty embarrassing launch for Star Wars Outlaws over the weekend. We checked this on Flashcast in real time, because it's your first weekend on a new platform, or you know, it's kind of the same with any game release when it comes out. The weekend is when it's going to have its highest numbers, because, I mean, that's when a lot of people have the free time to play a video game. So,
exactly. And you know what's my favorite part about the fact that they couldn't even hit 2.5k on Steam concurrent players? It's the fact that the shills that are, no, Vogue just improves games. Vogue makes games better, you bigot. Which part of Vogue? Don't know, but you know, they also don't know which part of Vogue actually improves your player experience. But that doesn't matter. My favorite part is when something like this fails, and their responses is, well, yeah, Steam numbers aren't that high, but because everyone's on PlayStation, 99% of people are on PlayStation. There it sold 50 billion gazillion copies. Oh, it's just the cheapest, dumbest cope ever. It's insane.
it hit 2,500 concurrent players on Saturday. That's the peak, and that's likely it for this game. Around $200,000 is probably what it made over on Steam. Congratulations, Ubisoft. You're getting even close.
They didn't even get that because Steam probably takes their 30% cut, and then the licensing fees. Again, Star Wars Outlaws did not come to Steam to actually make money. It came to Steam to sell at least, like, you know, a couple of more copies as much as it can, because they need sales at this point. They need to at least create a number big enough for people to believe, okay, maybe this didn't go exactly the way the investors wanted, but at least it's something. This is not no longer about making money. It's just getting the sales so their stock doesn't collapse completely.
Closer to bringing back some profitability with the game. No, I'm kidding. You're not even close. Here it is right here. This is what we have right now for concurrent players as of Monday.
Beautiful.
So about 1,700 people playing the game. 1,754 to be exact, in case you're just listening. And that's pretty bad. Look at that. It dropped a little bit more. So, yeah, you know, it's just more bad news for Ubisoft. And it doesn't stop here. This is an interesting rumor. I want to make sure that's stated here. Rumor. Ubisoft insider alleges that company wants Steam to remove concurrent player counts to hide its failures. I wonder why that is.
I would not be surprised. You know why I wouldn't be surprised? Because these companies are fucking delusional. We have seen it so many times. Bethesda, literally, yes, no, not yesterday, but 2 days ago, Rod Ferguson, whatever. From Diablo 4, the lead guy and all of that garbage dumpster fire pile. He came out and said, well, we need to call games Diablo-like because Diablo is the true best thing in the universe. Oh my god, these people are just delusional. They're legitimately just delusional. So the idea that Ubisoft legitimately probably thinks that it has even a shot at forcing Steam to do this is probably real. They probably unironically think that they can threaten to never put any of their slop shit Fiesta games on Steam, and Steam's just gonna collapse into taking them seriously because they can't lose 2,000 sales. It's hilarious.
Is it because people are laughing at your company right now and you've done a lot of stupid shit, so people are taking you to task, and the last thing you want them to do is to laugh at your failure more? That's why YouTube got rid of likes and dislikes. Remember when that happened? That's never to make anything better for you. That's to make things better for the Hollywood people and the entertainment industry. And, well, the reason that YouTube did it the first time is because when the Biden White House streamed, everybody ratioed the hell out of the streams, and they didn't like that.
Good times.
All their videos got ratioed.
Yep.
So they put a call in and say, hey, get rid of that. And why does Ubisoft want to get rid of this? Because, I mean, it's content. Look at this. This is bad for them. Imagine how bad it's going to be when Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out, which they're going to put on Steam the day it comes out. We're not going to have to wait.
Okay, how many players do you think Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be? I think it's going to be between 50k and 80k, and 120 absolute tops, I think, is going to be, or what their player numbers could be. Absolute tops, 120. Honestly, if they exceed 100k concurrent player mark, I will be kind of surprised. Kind of seriously surprised. But I don't see it going higher than that. Now, admittedly, I don't know Assassin's Creed games too well, so maybe I'm actually off on this. I don't feel super confident saying this, but I think it's gonna be a struggle to exceed 100k players on Steam. I really think it's gonna be a struggle for Ubisoft after everything that happened. And obviously, Assassin's Creed is gonna lose them literal millions. I would not be surprised if Assassin's Creed literally loses them upwards of 400 million. Because I don't think the game was cheap to make. The marketing, the everything that they have done for it is super high. And yeah, it's going to be beautiful when it comes out.
Like we did with Star Wars Outlaws. And that'll probably be where it sells the most copies. At least for PC gamers. Nobody's going to the Ubisoft store. That's why they stopped making games exclusive to it.
Yep.
So consoles actually are a little bit more. I think about 55% of a game's sales come from consoles. And the rest, a lot of the sales comes from Steam. So this is really, really bad for Star Wars Outlaws. They lost a hell of a lot of money.
That much from consoles doesn't sound legit, by the way. It does not sound legit. If anything, I mean, it's probably the Uplay shit and Game Pass and all of that they count as sales, but let's be real, they're not sales. Everyone knows this. But yeah.
On that game. But they don't want you to know that. So that's why they want to get rid of these Steam numbers, if that's true.
You know why the main reason I don't believe numbers like that? Because it sounds pure bullshit. If consoles actually had that much power, they would not put their stuff on. They would fight over the right to be in a monopoly. They would fight over the right to be the only platform. And yet at the same time we see Xbox literally gives up on even trying to be an actual legitimate platform. Sony is doing God knows what fucking atrocities behind the scenes. And yeah, so these numbers, no, I would say maybe up to 20% of the gaming player base actually is on both platforms at any given time. Peak, max. I would not give it more than 20% total.
Trent, does pretty good work. So I'm sure whoever he talked to for that is probably a legit person. It says Ubisoft Insider. I'm sure he talked to someone, but I can't confirm it. So we'll just say rumor. But yeah, I tend to believe it because they don't like this kind of transparency. None of these businesses do. It's just not good press for them to have this out here. And this was something they were hoping were really going to boost those sales numbers. And, I mean,
the absolute gall of believing that your shit game is going to sell good on Steam is insane.
Obviously, it didn't do much to help it. So, RIP Star Wars Outlaw.
Because the thing is, Steam is just purely the marketplace. It is the raw marketplace itself. You cannot force someone to play a Steam game. So Steam is gonna reflect and be the best pure reflection of the will of the people. And there you have it.
Laws. Don't worry though. They plan on saving Skull and Bones, a game that nobody's interested in. But they're confident that they can...
Season 4, eh? Jesus.
Bring people back. This is over on Sports Illustrated Video Games. Skull and Bones interview how Ubisoft plans to turn its ship around in Season 4. I didn't even know they had a Season 3. No one's played.
Yeah, I did not know they had a Season 2. Jesus.
In this game. And to kind of show you, here's...
Now, to be fair, there's probably like 3 people left.
The Season 4 gameplay trailer over...
It has 11K views in 6 days. It's Joker.
On Ubisoft's main YouTube channel. It is ratioed. And I only know that because I have a plugin that shows it. Otherwise, if you don't have that plugin...
And you know what's the hilarious part? People are not disliking this because Ubisoft is a shit company and Skull and Bones is a shit game. The mass majority of these dislikes probably come from actual people who were expecting good things from Season 4 and not playing this game. Because they exist. They exist, and this is probably them.
Plugin, you wouldn't see these dislikes because they got rid of them. Only 11K views 6 days ago. Nobody's interested in Skull and Bones. But apparently they're going to turn the ship around. Some of these comments are really...
Give the money back to the players. Close this trash game, fire the CEO, and make AC Black Flag too cheap.
Really funny. Like, I'm very happy for the 2 people that play this game.
True. They're probably excited.
Give the money back to the players, close this trash game, fire the CEO, and make AC Black Flag 2. That's actually a really good point. Black Flag's a great game. That is a Ubisoft game I will go ahead and endorse because Black Flag is a great game. And I don't even like Assassin's Creed. But that game I liked a lot. That game's fun because it's more about the ships. Yeah, I highly recommend Black Flag. I would say buy that over this piece of shit. Skull and Bones sucks. I played the beta that they put out. I jumped ship real fast, pun intended. I feel like there's been no meaningful content additions. Still need large ships, map expansion, more story narrative, in my opinion, to make a more compelling and rewarding game.
How can people demand more from the first ever quadruple A game? Because remember, not Assassin's Creed Shadows, but Ubisoft's Skull and Bones was the official first quadruple A game. Yes, very impressive. In any case, that was the Yellow Flash 2. 10 out, that was just the Yellow Flash. Well, actually, this too. Who knew? Have a nice day. Bye-bye.